everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hi to all my students and those who will inshallah become my students by watching those videos. But this video is mainly made for my students in school who need to catch up with some of the lessons and things we spoke during the lessons, didn't quite understand it or need a little bit follow up on those lessons. And what I'm going to do is to explain you music theory basically, and maybe reply in your comments about the things you didn't understand. I will try to make this video with Arabic subtitle, so it will be very useful for those students who don't speak English very good to catch up with the things we spoke about. So as you see, piano is without me, we are ready to start, and today I'm going to talk about the notation and how to read and write music. Reading and writing music is for some people pretty much a mystery. I remember when I joined the school, a lot of kids didn't have music lessons before, or they faced the notation and written music for the first time, and a lot of them had the question like, oh mister, how you play this, how you read this? And I'm proud to say that like after 2 years in school, I can say like 85% of kids are perfectly able to read at least the basic of the music and even to interpret that on playing piano or keyboard. So for a lot of people it is like a mystery, but it's actually very, very simple. There are a few simple rules you need to learn, and from there it just goes. To read music, so to say, fluently, or just to take a piece of paper and play, requires practice. It's, as I explained to my students, it's like, you know, ABCD or Aleph, Ba, Ta, yeah? And you have a certain number of letters and you combine them into the words, and when you start reading at the first, you read letter by letter or syllabus by syllabus, and now you just read the whole sentence, or you spot the word and you just immediately read it. This is how it works with the music. So don't get discouraged, or don't think that you will like learn to read the music in a few days and just sit and play. It doesn't work that way, but you will definitely learn how to recognize the letters and how to read the word. The rest is on you to practice. So before we start, I will just say a few facts about the written music and how it all started. Well, the history of music is long and big, and people didn't write the music from the very start. They didn't have a signs, let's call them letters, but they are notes, as you know. And it all started by a man's wish to write down or pass the song that he has written. So we don't know exactly when people started and how they started to write music, but what we do know is that like 1400 BC was written the first piece of music that we know, and it was written on a clay plate that was found in Syria. And this will be very interesting for all my Arabic students. So it was found in Syria, and it was a piece of clay plate where the instruction for writing a song was placed, and during the excavation it was found, and scientists managed to translate it to current notation, and this is the first song that we know. This is the oldest song. For sure there were songs before this, but this is the first song that we know about. So imagine the power of written music when you can play the song that is like almost 3,000 years old. So this is amazing thing. So these written instructions started to evolve during the time, and then we reached notation that we have today. For sure it didn't happen overnight. There were some written instruction for playing music, like first it was for the singing that we know, like a long note or a short note, higher or lower. And during the time we reached this system, which is a Western music system that is used all over the world, and basically any musician from any part of the country, from the world, sorry, when he finds the piece of music, he can sit and play it, which is amazing. This means that all musicians in the world speak the same language and understand the same language. And this means that once you learn what I'm going to speak about, you'll be able to do the same, and you will become a member of this secret society. So it's quite nice, and as I said, it's quite easy. I will use piano to show you how to read and write music, but this doesn't mean that there are some other ways for other instruments. It's written in the same way for all the instruments, and yeah, we'll use my piano because it has a big range of notes that you can listen and write, and it will help a lot. Okay, so now we are going to sit at my piano, and I will try to explain you how to read and write the music. Hope you will enjoy. So this is my piano. As you can see, piano have a lot of keys. This means that he has a lot of notes, and each of these keys represent a different note or a different pitch. Let's start from the middle, because the middle of a piano is very important. Basically, when you are writing a music, you are going to use two different clefs. I will explain what the clef is, and they are called treble clef and the bass clef. Treble clef is this part. I will try to zoom in so you will see on this music sheet over here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, this is not good. Oh, perfect. Okay, so this symbol that you see here is called a treble clef. It's pretty much familiar. I think you saw it somewhere. And this symbol over here is a bass clef. Treble clef means that you are supposed to play with your right hand, and those are basically the tones from the middle of a piano to the right. Okay, if we speak about the bass clef means that you're supposed to play with your left hand from the middle of a piano to your left. So this is not 100% true. It can happen in some pieces that you will have to play with your left hand up here or with your right hand down here, but the basics that you need to know about writing a music is that, once again, treble clef notes are from the middle C, which is a C or a Do that starts on the middle of a piano, to the right, and in your bass clef you have from the middle of a piano to the left. Okay, how to find the C? To find the C, I use with my students two-finger rules, which actually, I don't know, is it a rule? I made it a rule, and it works quite fine for us. That, as you see on a piano, you have a black keys which comes in the groups of 2 or 3. So what you need to do to find a Do or a C is that you need to put the 2 fingers of your right hand like this and match them with the 2 black keys on a keyboard. Once you do this, your thumb will come directly on Do. So this is Do. Same thing if you use these two and you put your thumb in front of them, it will be Do or Do. So how they repeat and how you have so many Do, I will come to that and explain. But to find a Do on the middle of your piano means that you are on a middle C or middle Do, and to the right, sorry, is your treble clef, and to the left is the bass clef. Okay, let's start from there. Okay, so how do you write the music? So I said that today we are going to speak about the treble clef, and as you can see, I have a paper with some strange lines. It's not a notebook that you are used to when you write letters. We have 5 lines and 4 spaces. So music is written on those music lines. These 5 lines and 4 spaces are for the notes, and which note we are talking about is can you see good? Yeah. Okay, it depends. The note is defined by the place or the position it takes on those lines or the spaces. So those would be the lines. You have line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going from down up. And same with the spaces, you have space 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if somebody tells you this line lies on a first line, it is this line, okay, not this line. This is line number 1, this is line number 5. Same about the space. Okay, so treble clef. Treble clef is a symbol that is written like this. Okay, and I said we will start from the middle of a piano to the right, and this is what the treble clef stands for. So when we go from the middle of a piano, and guessing that you already know from songs or whatever TV, names of the notes, which are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do, it will be easy to write them if we know one very simple and important rule. Only 2 notes are down under those 5 lines. All other notes are either on the line or on the space somewhere here. Once again, I'm making this very simple for you to understand. What I said now is not really accurate 100%, but let's go from here so you get it, so you can understand it 100%. So when you are writing in a treble clef and you know that notes are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, only 2 of these notes are down under those lines. If I say only 2, the logic says the first 2. So you have do and re. You see, they are not on the lines or on the spaces, they are right under, which is pretty much cool, so you know how to read do and re. If you see this written, this means that you need to press do or re on a piano. Starting from here, there is one very simple rule we need to follow in order to write music or read music, and this is that we need to follow a pattern that says line space, line space, line space. So we are going to write the music up following this pattern. Note will be on the line, on a space, on the line, on a space, going up. So let's do it. Do, re, mi, first line, fa, first space, sol, second line, la, second space, ti, third line, do is third space. Now, if you were confused when I was showing a piano keyboard and telling you, oh, you can find this do and this do and this do, you say, how many do's are there? Yes, this now when it's written shows you that one do and the other do are different by the way they are written, and this is how the musicians know the difference between one do and another do, one re or the next re. So what will happen after the do? It will come re again. So ti, do, okay, then we have re again, then we have mi again, then we have fa again, then we have sol again. What happens above this line and what happens under this line, it's another story, but what you need to do is this is re, mi, wo, mi, fa, and sol again. So this is how the music goes. Okay, so starting from the middle of a piano, those are our notes. So let's say if we have written in a treble clef something like do, do, mi, sol, means that we need to press first key, mi will be the third, and sol will be the 5th. Finger 1, 3, 5. Simple as that. How it looks on a piano, I will show you now. So I said that our song is treble clef, do, mi, sol, which will be played with the 1st, 3rd, and 5th finger. So if this is your song, and we said you will find a do by using 2 finger rules, which is this. So 2 fingers on 2 black keys in the middle of a piano. This is how you find the do. Do is right in front of your index finger, okay? So if you have do, mi, sol, and you know that it goes do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, mi, sol. This is what you need to play. Do, mi, sol. Okay? Pretty much easy. So this was it for the first time. It was very short and I tried to keep it very simple. The basic of reading a treble clef is just what I showed you. So you have a treble clef, you have one rule to remember, that only first two notes are under the lines, which are do and re. After that we follow a pattern that goes line, space, and this is it. So what I'm going to put on a screen, not in a link or description, I will just put it on a screen, a few very simple exercises that will help you to practice playing or reading or writing music. What I would like you to do is to copy those simple little songs, simple little melodies in your notebook on a piece of music paper, which have 5 lines and 4 spaces, and just try to translate them. Write the name of the note under the note, and if you have a keyboard, it would be amazing if you try to play it. Not to play it, just find the note on a keyboard. That is it. In order to play it, you would need to know something more about the rhythm, which will be the topic of one of the next videos. Also, we will speak about the bass clef, your left hand, and we are going to talk about the notes on the ledger lines. What are ledger lines? I will show you next time. So stay safe. Hope this video helps you. If you have any questions or things that I need to clarify, please put a comment, and God bless and see you all. Bye bye.